Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So, starting with Euro USD, and we did come back into test the break here of this diagonal and also find us some support in this zone, and that was at 106949, and the bottom area here was 106803. So 106800 is obviously the line in the sand there. So the big question here is this a higher low forming? Okay, or, which is probably more what we're looking at, let me just get rid of that now, or are we forming a bigger flag, or is that flag going to become a bull channel? So your guess is as good as mine at the moment, and all we can do is try and figure out what's going on. So firstly, if you look at the hour, we've got an island reversal here. So look at this big gap here. Look at that big gap. So island reversal. So you've got an upside target still here, and that is as follows. Okay, does make sense when you look left. Look at that tail there. Look at those tails there. And there's more over there. Okay, so that all makes sense. My oscillators are all over the place. I'm kind of confused, I think. So I think for young. So I just want to check something. So the trend is obviously down. So we know the trend is down. When you start looking at what's happening on the indexes, you would expect this to be rising. You expect the euro to be getting a bit stronger, but I'm not so sure. So Friday's moved down, then Monday we've got all this chaos, bounced away from the chaos. So I would be watching this area, 107352. If we do get a rejection off there, I think it's well worth taking for a continuation down. One thing that you could also be doing is that this could fail. This could very well fail. Some people look at an island that you need to see sort of a gap across and not have a bar like that. So it could very well fail. And if it does fail, then you're looking at a break of this zone here. And that is, what's that, 107,100. So it's almost a London breakout strategy. And it's probably worth just putting it in. Going to be a bit of a difficult day today. For any shorts, your stop is up here. It's above 107352. Okay, and I put it quite a few points up. So if you're taking anything in there, so you're looking at like a 280 point stop loss, 300 point stop loss here, and you're anticipating another move to the downside. You're basically looking to close this gap to start with, and then you're looking to drop below 106800. And that would break this flag as well. So I'd feel a lot more comfortable if price was just hovering along the flag here, because then I'd be looking for the rejection somewhere, expecting the break. But as it stands now, we could come up the top, but just looking at what price action is here, it's telling me be wary of chasing anything long here. You could very well get a drop below, and then you're in between the moving averages as well. So I think for me, if we do get up here, watch price action. If there is something there, it's worth the short, tight stop loss, and then you're looking to target one of these two levels here. Alternatively, wait for the open, wait for a drop below a 107,100, and then take the short. And then what you're going to be doing is you're going to have a stop up here. So you're still looking at a 250, 300 point stop loss, but it should be at least a one-to-one trade. If it drops, but if it does close this gap, it breaks the trend line, and I would expect a deeper move down. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of me for there. Be very cautious with that one though. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen, similar kind of scenario here. We've got a flag break and retest. So looking at the hour, what do we have here? We're looking for opportunities to buy. The first opportunity came yesterday, right there. You can see how the buyer stepped in, and then we just ground lower. Look at the oscillators here. There's a little bit more structure just below. So I would be looking for better structure, to be honest. And sorry, there's a third level here we need to pay attention to. The dollar's looking really messy. There is a pin bar here at the moment, but I wanted to see that in the European Open. And then the other thing you can see here is a grouping of the oscillators and crossover. I'm expecting another move up here. So the dollar is looking to strengthen, which is interesting. Yeah, wait for European Open. If we do find more support in this zone, and that's between 139.519 and 139.242, you're looking for an opportunity to buy, and that buy is going to be targeting this area here at 147.11. So could turn out to be a fairly interesting swing trade brewing here. It's, watch it carefully, because I don't trust this kind of structure for a continuation down. You know, sometimes it turns out to be a bit of a trap, but when I see this kind of structure, I typically get a little bit worried, especially when we're just hovering in the moving averages, because you've got a 50-50 chance of it going up and a 50-50 chance of it going down. So you need to wait for proper structure, proper price action on these levels. So you're looking for bullish price action on one of these levels for a continuation up, or what you're looking for is a break of the structure and then bearish price action on these levels for a move down. So that's kind of the view. But the bias should be to the upside just based on the 8 hour here. Okay, moving on to pound, British pound, Japanese yen, and we're on the 4 hour. Let's get the 8 hour. Buyers coming in here, bit of an engulfing bar forming, kind of bottom of a channel. The trend is up. There's no two ways about it. It's been a strong trend. You're looking for opportunities to the upside. And big pin bar here. Off, obviously missed some dates or something yesterday. But there is the zone of support. And that was a big move. 0.7% down, and then all of a sudden in amongst the moving averages. So London breakout strategy for me on this is what you need to pay attention to. So look for the first 8 1-hour bars. Draw yourself your level. I normally just have a modified Fibonacci here for this. So that's my level. If I break it, there's my range target to the upside. If I break it to the downside, there's my range target to the downside. And then you've got the extension, the 261 extension, which is typically the very next level that gets hit most of the time. So that's kind of the view that I've got on this one. Wait for it on the 15-minute, get a break up, and then move up. Just watch out for this crossover. You're in between the moving averages, and you've got a bit of a crossover, so there could be merit for another move down. But just looking how the buyers came in here yesterday, I think you probably be wiser looking for a break to the upside. So that's kind of the way I'd play this. 15-minute break above the current high of the morning. Take that trade. Stop is below the low, and you're looking for the range target. Take some off. It should be a bit of a pullback. Normally it either comes back to test the range break or to the 161, and then it moves to the 261 extension. Okay, and that's kind of what we've got there. And lastly, Euro British Pound. Does look like we've got a rejection brewing here. Nice big 8-hour pin bar, oscillator separating. I think you've got another continuation to the downside that is brewing. But it's kind of the same setup that we've got on all Forex. A bit of confusion because we are in amongst the moving averages here. And then look at my oscillators group to the downside. So this is looking like structure for a move to the upside. Was a very untidy rejection here yesterday, but nevertheless that's kind of what it is, and I would argue London breakout strategy on this as well. Take the first 8 1-hour bars, draw a range around it. If you start breaking to the downside, then it just should be the confirmation you're looking for a move to the downside. Tight stop above the high of the range, and you can move that stop down as soon as you get going. If it starts breaking to the upside, I'd be a little bit reluctant because I think you're probably going to bump your head here. 086281, which is not too bad, but It's a very tight 75-point range. So yeah, two minds about this. Yeah, the 8-hour is continuing down. It looks like a bit of a flag forming, and then the 1 hour is trying to convince us that it's trying to build a base here for a move to the upside. Yeah, so London breakout strategy on the British pound is probably the best bet. Just wait for the first 8 1-hour bars to get your structure formed. Once that's done, line above the top and bottom, sorry, like this. At the moment, we've got, that's our range. You can see our range the upside, test these tails here, and our range the downside, test this chaos at the bottom here. So, no, sorry, I've got that completely wrong. There's our range. There we go. So it's a really tight range at the moment. But it actually stays in amongst moving averages. I think I'll sit on the side with this one. I don't like trading when we are in the middle of the moving averages. Anyway, that's Forex for me today. I hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.